evening, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing fine this evening, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to this. We have to aim at that 50 like mark, don't we? We have to aim at that 50 like mark. Guys, thank you so much for joining me, guys. And also, don't forget to put your notifications on as well, guys. Now, no, enough of that. Let's get straight into it. Manchester United have been linked with a move for young Russian player Kirill Glebov. Glebov is Moscow player. Great Glebov, of course, is a new one. The CSKA Moscow player who currently plays in Russia with CSKA Moscow. Of course, he is a right winger. One cap for Russia United. Are very interested in him and have highlighted his talent to bring him to Manchester United to act as that right winger, right wing back. He's only 19 years old, of course. Right winger and played left winger as well and attack in midfield. So Gorilla just scored in Glebov 1.5 million valuation of this player. You heard it here first, guys. Kirill Glebov, the Russian player, currently playing for CSKA Moscow, and is another player that Man United are looking at, have been scouting for a couple of weeks now, and is hot off the press, guys. Kirill Glebov, I should say, the new Manchester United linked player of, what's the day today? Tuesday. There you go, guys. He's the new player that Man United linked with. Right winger, very talented young 19-year-old player. Already played for Russian national team. And great. We're looking at these young up-and-coming players and players that you wouldn't really think about otherwise. It does remind me of a little bit of Andre Kanchelskis. You know, when we signed Andre Kanchelskis, I mean, he was a relatively young player before we, wasn't it? When we signed on Kanchelskis, we all know what he became, didn't we? For a short period, there you guys. This Kirill, new player, United are extremely interested in, and that is something fresh off the guys. Absolutely. Big up everyone who's joined me today. Thank you so much for everyone who's joined me today. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of talk about the midfield position. The midfield position at Man United is very, very important for Ineos. And now there is a little bit of a conundrum who Man United are going to sign in January. Now, my theory about this is that Man United may do a temporary signing in January, which basically is a stopgap. So we could likely, as I spoke earlier today, this morning on Breaking Dawn, we can either go for someone like a Conor Gallagher, or we can go for someone like a Lamine Camara or a Luciano Gume, who are a little bit more cheaper on a permanent deal. But the Conor Gallagher one will be a loan deal. Manchester United are very interested in Baleba. Things are starting to heat up with that. Lots of positive noises are coming out in regards to Carlos Baleba that he will end up signing for Manchester United. We do look like his most likely destination. Manchester United have been talking to Carlos Baleba, as I broke here exclusively on Stretford Post. We did meet up. We will meet up, should I say, with Carlos Baleba later on this month, towards the end of the month, in regards to solidifying a deal for Carlos. But now, quite a lot of times over this that way over this last few months, it does like we've managed. And yes, a lot of people his name again. It's Carlos Baleba again. It is the way it is. Sorry, guys. But Man United are very, very interested in this guy. And this does look like the next midfield signing, the big midfield signing that Manchester United are going to do, which will be Carlos Baleba. They're still very interested in him. And we have turned the head of Carlos Baleba. Carlos Baleba wants to come to Manchester United and is prepared to put a transfer request in to try and push that deal through. Now, what Manchester United are trying to do, they're trying to agree something in principle verbally so that when it comes to the transfer window again, Man United have a quick, easy route to it. We're not only trying to agree personal terms with Baleba, we're also trying to solidify a relationship with Brighton and Hove Albion, and they're also trying to get a price there to try and get everything moving quickly. When the window opens again, we are ready to pounce on Baleba, and he's ready to sign for Man United, and we won't need to wait around and stuff like that, guys. But that is a couple of bits of news there, guys. Kirill Glebov, the Russian international 19-year-old winger, linked to Manchester United. A Russian player linked to Manchester United. Kanchelskis, of course, we all know about that, don't we, at the end of the day, guys. But this This news is fresh. This news is new. This is circulating all over the Middle East and in Russia at the moment that Man United are looking at this player, this young player. And don't be surprised if the media outlets catch on with it in a few days, guys, because they will. Kirill Galabov, Man United look at him, and you will hear more about him coming very soon. Right winger, left winger, attacking midfielder, very versatile 19-year-old player, Russian international, guys. Big up everyone. Hope you're doing well. Big up everyone. Hope you're good. David Donato, good to see you. Sal Dalot, absolutely. Yes, look. Now, in regards to Manchester United and the outgoings, Man United are obviously looking to remove a few more players, 2.0 in regards to the removal of players. And Man United are looking to get rid of a couple of players that some may say is going to be hard to get rid of, but it's about time that we got rid of them because some of them have been overstayed their welcome, so to speak. And we're talking about the likes of the Diogo Dalot, Harry Maguire, whose contract is expiring. So I don't believe that Man United are going to be offering Harry Maguire a new contract. And I don't think they will be offering Casemiro a new contract as well, guys. So that will be 1 year. I think it'll be 1 year to Harry Maguire's contract expires. So I think, look, at the end of the day, that deal there, that player there it signifies what we were. And it does look like that Ruben Amorim wants to get rid of as many of the old guard as possible and bring in the new players to suit his system, for his players, basically. He wants his guys. He wants his guys in the team. He wants a team full of his players. I know you can't do every single player. Most of them, of course, a few of them, shouldn't say most of them, but a few of them are, of course, going to be players from other clubs, other managers, should I say, and the rest of them will be Ruben Amorim players. The majority of the players, basically, the aim is to make it mostly Ruben Amorim players, guys. So that is something very, very interesting indeed coming forward, guys. And it's very interesting to see who Man United are interested in and the names that we're bringing up. It reminds me of when we brought up when we brought up Patrick Dorgu a year ago, and people are like, who's Patrick Dorgu? Never heard of him. You know, and here we are, guys. Fantastic performance from Dorgu yesterday, by the way. Absolutely brilliant performance. And look, you know what? I don't mind these signings if they're good enough. If they're good enough, then you're old enough, you're good, you're young, you're good enough, you're old enough, in my personal opinion. And I think that is a new player that fresh off the block that people are just hearing about. Absolutely. Efren, good afternoon. So it's amazing how Dalot is here for 7 years. We have to be ruthless. Absolutely, we do. Absolutely. Peace and blessings, Sir RJ. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope everything is blessed with you, my friend. Hope everything is good. Big up Coco. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Bamboozled by United. Head got back. It is bamboozled. He's been substituted twice in 2 games now, so it does look like he wants to come to Manchester United, doesn't it? I mean, it's no coincidence because he was so good last season. What I would say is a little bit of a risk here is that he might have let Man United get to his head a little bit too much, and then you know what? It might be a tactic for Man United to try and reduce his price. I don't know. Maybe Man United are aiming to reduce his price a little bit, trying to get it down from obviously 115 odd million to around the 70 million, 80 million mark. That's what Man United are. That's the sweet spot for Man United, isn't it, recently? I don't think Man United will be spending 115 million on Carlos Baleba. And if he doesn't perform this season, obviously less teams are going to want him and his price will be going down. I don't know if this is a manipulation tactics. Big up, Coco. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're blessed. Hope if it is good with you. Guys, absolutely. Big up. Big Ellen, how you doing? Hope you're good, my friend. Hope you're good. Hope everything is good with you. Good to see you. Hope my stream is good now, guys. It was bluffering a little bit earlier. Hope it's okay now, guys. Here's a bit of a mess, but hope you're all good, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, of course. Ephraim. Sal, Baleba and Wharton will be a dream. Yeah, of course, it will be a dream, mate. A very expensive dream as well. I hope you're doing well. My friend, big up Sal. Would hate to see Baleba at any other of our rivals. Look, Man United have to move quickly if they're going to get this player through the door. It's a snooze you lose, isn't it? It's snooze you lose. If we don't get these players in quickly, someone else is going to go after them. This is why Man United are trying to tactically maneuver in regards to Baleba, in regards to getting a verbal agreement done with him and things like that. Slight tapping up, some may say. But Man United are trying to do it with Brighton and Hove Albion. They're trying to work with Brighton and Hove Albion in regards to getting a deal agreed, in principle, for the next transfer window. Now, my theory is it's not going to be in January. It will be in the summer. I don't think it will be in January. Absolutely, it will be in the summer, in my opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. I don't think Bruno will leave next year, says RJ. Look, you know what? It depends. It depends. Obviously, what Bruno wants, what Manchester United want. If someone comes in with 100 million offer for Bruno at 31, 32, which he will be by that time, it will entice Man United a little bit because you're looking at age now. You're looking at age, and he is getting a little bit, guys. He really is. Absolutely. Big up, Ellen. Thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking the stream and thank you for being here, everyone. Of course, big up, Ellen, and thank you for supporting the channel, my friend. Thank you very much. I hope I'm not buffering too much, guys. I really hope I'm not buffering. Sorry, guys. This everything just all buffers. Here, guys, working on a budget, of course, guys. But thank you so much, everyone, of course, for everything. Ellen. Only 8 of you have fiddled the magic button. But goodness me, guys, look, it doesn't take a minute, guys. Listen, look, I read out all your comments. Don't forget to smash the like, right? Don't forget to smash the like on the button, guys, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Big up, Ellen. Thank you so much. Guys, it's very important that we do that. Now, look, you know what? There are going to be a lot of names that are going to be thrown at us over this next few weeks, over this next few months, that we're going to be like, who's that? Who's that? And obviously, this player, the new player, which is Glebov, of course, is another one off the block. And, I took the time to look at him, and very, very decent player, very good winger. Obviously, playing in the Russian league, we can't really tell. It's going to be difficult to transfer from the Russian league to the Premier League, of course. And it doesn't really happen either. Russian players don't really come to England, to be honest with you. Absolutely. LT. Big up, Sal. Big up, LT. How you doing, my friend? Hope we're doing well. We're heading in the right direction in our rebuild, but we need to give it a chance and be patient because we are actually working on removing the deadwood. And thanks to Amram. Thanks to Amram for that. No one else. Absolutely thanks to Amram for that. And that's what it's all about. It's all about thanks to Amram. Because, look, we've only got rid of 2 players. Theoretically, we've only got rid of 2 players. We've only sold 2 players, obviously, Anthony and Garnacho. The rest of them have not been sold. They're on loan because it's quite possible that a lot of these players in 1 year's time could be coming back to Manchester United. Could Onana, Sancho, Rashford could be back at Manchester United next season, which is a problem. That's going to be a problem next season, isn't it? And that's what's going to take more time up. It's going to take more time getting rid of them again, of course, guys. I mean, the biggest shot for me over this transfer window was the renewal of not renewal, but extension of Jadon Sancho's contract. That was a little bit iffy for me. I don't know what we were doing there. I don't know what we're playing at, but that was absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion, guys. Absolutely. I don't know what we are playing at there. Ellen. I have to trust the build-up. We really need to have trust and patience. I have to trust Ruben Amram. That's all I trust. I don't trust Ineos at all. I don't trust none of them. I only trust Ruben Amram because Ruben Amram is proven to do it. Ruben Amram is doing what he did at Sporting Lisbon. This has nothing to do with Ineos. This is Ruben Amram. Ruben Amram is proven to do it, and he done it at Sporting Lisbon. He done it at Sporting Lisbon, and we are seeing it now. We're seeing the fruits of our labor. We're seeing it now that he is starting to get rid of these players, because in the past, we've had managers who have been like, you know what, I'd rather have him in the squad than not have him in the squad. I'd rather have a bigger squad, blah, 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 things like that, and keep him in the team. And I could work with them. I could work around them. Not Ruben Amram. He is the smiling assassin, as we said, and he will not take any prisoners, of course. Ephraim, Sal, some fans given more credit for what they did. That is the problem. We have to be cautious about the situation. Some fans are giving credit for what they did. Giving Ineos credit. Some fans are so far out their backside. United People's TV and all them people, they're so far out their backside. It's ridiculous. I mean, at the end of the day, what they're doing is they're just leaving themselves exposed and they're leaving themselves wide open to be hurt. At the end, then disappointed. Because what we do, what you have to do, you have to always practice cautious optimism. You have to always practice, a level field. You have to always be level with this and look at things from factually, right? Ruben Amram is doing this. Ruben Amram is doing the removal of these players. It's Ruben Amram. I know it because I know his characteristics. I know he doesn't want that player. He's not going to play and they loan him out. They haven't sold him. They didn't have to do any work. Garnacho and Anthony are not hard to sell. They're quite good. Anthony had a great season last season. Garnacho, we know, is an up-and-coming player and stuff like that. Oliver, the contract has not been renewed yet. In regards to Harry Maguire, in regards to Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is talk. Yes, it's talk of his year extension and his contract being activated. Now, I don't think we should do that. I think Man United should basically get rid of him, because he's going to come back next year and we're going to have the same problem. Unless Man United are thinking on the lines of, oh, we can get a loan fee and we can make money out of him and stuff like that. That's risky anyway. What we need to do is we just need to get rid of him. We've had enough, guys. We can't keep holding on to the dead wood. We need to get rid of him, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Darren. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Sal, do you think the bomb squad would be of played if Working was our captain? Absolutely not, mate. I don't think they would have been here if Alex Ferguson was here. I don't think any of those players would have been here, the bomb squad. And because Alex Ferguson would have spotted the attitude problems from way off from a long time ago, isn't it, at the end of the day? And it's something that I'm glad that we're getting fixing of. And this is something that Ruben Amorim doing. This is why I believe in Ruben Amorim, because Ruben Amorim is not all roses and happy-go-lucky, this, all these false promises and all this. He's just getting down to business, and he's doing things that might upset a few people. Do you know what I mean? And let's not lie, that there are a lot of people that are a little bit upset by what Ruben Amorim's doing, even though Ruben Amorim is trying to change the culture at this football club. There's a lot of people that are still ridiculously, stupidly going against Ruben Amorim. I don't understand why it's ridiculous. Absolutely. I've just spoken about him, RJ. Absolutely. Kirill Galeba is his name. Of course, guys, Galebov. Sorry. Kirill, guys, is the player. 19-year-old winger, right winger, can also play left winger, attacking midfielder. Guys, another one off the chalk. Old Stretford Post exclusive again, guys, as usual, of course. FM. Sal, who is the worst player, Onana or Sancho? It depends what you mean by that, Ephraim. It depends what you mean. When you're thinking about the most costly player to play for Man United in regards to pound for pound, when you're thinking about a player like Onana, he's cost us Champions League when we were in the Champions League. He cost us Europa League final last season. He's cost us around 20 points in the league, minimum. When you're talking about that, then Onana is terrible. Right? Pound for pound, he's terrible. When you're talking about toxicity, bomb squad and tech tweets and this and trouble and everything he's done this year is Jadon Sancho. But there are two different sides to this. As a whole package, I would not go further than Sancho. And the only reason is because Onana professionally has been the worst signing. Professionally, what I'm talking about, because he's cost the Man United the most. In regards to unprofessionally, it is Sancho. Sancho is the unprofessional. He's very unprofessional, and he's a big problem. Ellen, Sir Alex would have given Onana 2 matches and booted him out. Absolutely, he did not have patience with the deadwood. He didn't. I mean, I felt sorry for Massimo Taibi when he walked into Man United and he only got 4 games. You remember, he only got 4 games, for goodness sake. I mean, coming from a small club in Italy and coming to Manchester United at that period as well, having to follow in the footsteps of the likes of Peter Schmeichel. It was very difficult for him. And I felt for Massimo Taibi at that time. And he only played. And he's bought him for a lot of money for a goalkeeper back then. A lot of money for a goalkeeper. Back then, goalkeepers were not going for that sort of money. And after 4 games, he got rid of him. I mean, how fair that is, I don't know. But yeah, definitely. But Massimo Taibi would be our best goalkeeper if he came in right now, apart from Sedi Lamens, who just signed, of course. But that's what it is, guys. But in regards to Onana, I don't think Alex Ferguson would have signed him anyway. I don't think he would have been at Man United even to be contemplating what that is, because Onana didn't fit his style. Alex Ferguson always liked big, tall, domineering goalkeepers. The only one that was contradicting that theory was David De Gea, who he signed very young. But when David De Gea was playing for Atletico Madrid, David De Gea was absolutely phenomenal. He was brilliant when he was playing, and I was excited about David De Gea. And we were proven right, because David De Gea had a few good seasons at Man United, won the Golden Glove a couple of times, but was player of the season as a goalkeeper as well, of course. Big up, William. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. What's happening, bro? Nothing too much, my friend. Hope you're doing good, William. Welcome back to the stream, my friend. I hope everything is blessed with you guys. Yeah. Absolutely. Sal, do you do watch along? Yes, I'm doing the England watch along, guys. Don't forget to join me for that today. Big game for England. Serbia against England. Obviously, this is probably the match of the group. Whoever wins that one will take charge of this group completely. England win, it's going to be over. If Serbia win, however, it will be more in Serbia's hand. Even though Serbia have to go to England and try and win, of course, guys, it's going to be difficult. But Serbia, no mugs. They've got obviously Vlahovic. They've got obviously Mitrovic as well. Decent team. So England are going to have to be on form today to win that game. So I will be live. We'll be live doing that game, guys. Have to do some lives, man. There's been no football, has there? There's been no football at all over this weekend. Over this last week, there's no football. And you know what? It feels like it's been 3 years without football. This is what I feel at the moment. It feels like I've been we've been without Man United for like 3 years or something like that. Absolutely. Good afternoon, Kazi. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Of course, Kirill Galabov in January. I don't know about January, but it is the type of signing that Man United might do in January. Man United might reach a deal in principle in January. Now, Man United have done these kind of deals before, of course, in regards to Eastern European players that have come in, of course. And, I remember, was it Topsic? Who came in many, many years ago, and it didn't quite work out for him. But, Man United are looking around, and this does show me, this gives me confidence that we're actually looking around, we're actually scouting, we're actually finding players that nobody has heard of, and we're going after them because you never know, of course. LT, it's funny how Amram's not been acknowledged for the ruthless, critical moves around players, but when we lose games, he's the first scapegoat that we can go on and on about. Why can't we be fair? I mean, it's not only about the media, is it, LT? It's about our own fan base. Some people, other content creators, as soon as Ruben Amram steps out of line, he's to blame. They're never going to give him the credit for what he's done with Rasmus Højlund, Anthony, Garnacho, Sancho. They're not going to give him the credit for that. Absolutely not, because it doesn't feed into their bitter narrative. It doesn't fit into their opinion, and they don't want to be proven wrong. They don't want to be looking at us saying, "Oh, you know what, Ruben Amram's doing good. That makes me look stupid," basically. And that's how they're doing things. This is how they are. Ridiculous. Ellen, I'm definitely here for the watch along. Big up, Ellen. No problem, Ellen. Good to see you. Andrei Kanchelski is absolute legend, of course. Qatar, yeah. Obviously, we know what's going on. Stop the genocide in the Middle East. And we all know what the problem is, guys. We all know what the problem is. And we're very clear what it is at the end of the day. Peace to the Middle East. And that's what I would say. And that's what I say. And when we got people thousands of miles away, with a cockatoo as a haircut, trying to dictate things in a very peaceful land. And that's what I'm talking about. The problem is them, and the problem will always be them, at the end of the day, until they stop, until the world turns against them. Forza Italia, Forza Azzurri, because what they did yesterday was great. Absolutely. Unfortunately, Israel were promised a win 3,000 years ago, so they didn't get their wish yesterday. So don't worry about that. Absolutely. Sal, how good was Kanchelskis? Very good. In a period of time that was different. Schmeichel used to get the ball, and Andrei Kanchelskis and Ryan Giggs would already be running. Andrei Kanchelskis on the right, Ryan Giggs on the left, and Schmeichel would just throw that ball all the way for the length of the field, right? And it will be like, a goal in 30 seconds. Absolutely, guys, absolutely. Why would Forest let Anderson go? Why would they let Santos go and get Postecoglou as the manager? That arrogant prat. I mean, I thought I seen the last of Postecoglou. I thought that was it with Postecoglou. I thought we're not going to thank God we're not going to see Postecoglou anymore. Oh, goodness me. I mean, absolute nightmare getting him back in the Premier League. Sturm, nah, mate. High line for life, mate. Line for life, mate. I hope he brings Nottingham Forest down in relegation, mate. I hope he does. He has one tactic. He's not good as Nuno Santos. They're going to see it, guys. They're getting delusioned by that win in the Europa League final. They're getting delusional about that win in the Europa League final. That win was a fluke, right? And they played this. It was a bit like an FA Cup giant killing. That's what it was. Darren, always thought Amram needs 3 summer windows to get his team, so let's hope he gets back. I hope so as well. Absolutely. Big up everyone, of course, guys. Absolutely. Look, I think he does need more than what he's had so far. I mean, he hasn't been fully back this window, contrary to popular belief. I know that a lot of people want to blow smoke up in your backside. I hope that Ineos succeed, but the amount of blowing smoke up his backside is getting a little bit, it's like a Cuban cigar factory in this bloody place. The way they're blowing smoke up the backside. And, I just feel like people need to calm down a little bit. Stop getting overly excited. Stop being giddy, excited little children. Even people on big bloody platforms like United People's TV. Oh, don't do this. Oh, they're trying to feed into their narrative. Mate, you're boring. You're boring, bruv. You're boring. There's no edge to you. You're Simple Simon, bruv. Simple Simon, that's all you are. Just bloody call things as they are. Stop being so excited and, oh, you can't say that. No, we can't do that. We can't say that about them. No, they've done so well. They've done so well. Oh, go look at them. They've done so well. Oh, come on, mate. Grow a bloody pair, you wally. Absolutely. Ephraim, Sal, I think it's a mistake to let Nuno Santos leave. I think so as well. Absolutely. Ellen, I don't understand why they sacked Nuno. He is a good and likable manager. He's honest. Ango is okay in my opinion, but he's doesn't belong in the Premier League. He doesn't belong in the Premier League. He belongs in the Scottish League, mate. In the Scottish League, that's what he belongs to. You know what I mean? That's where he belongs to. Not in the Premier League. He almost got Tottenham relegated for good crying out loud. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't belong in the Premier League, absolutely not. And he's full of himself as well. He loves himself. You know, he loves himself. He thinks that Scottish League is some sort of Bundesliga or La Liga or something like that. This guy is absolutely delusional. Can't stand him. And I like Forest, and I don't like him. RJ, Bruno could help us a lot against City. Bigger RJ. Absolutely. As it will be good if we sign Lamens with experienced goalkeeper there. Not really. We got Heaton. Cunha returned to. Great news for Man United, obviously, with the return of Cunha and Mason Mount, to be honest with you, that we have a fuller squad there. We're going to need the full squad against Manchester City. Absolutely. We're going to need the full squad against Man City because you know what? We need to, if anything goes wrong, we can tactically change things up a little bit, of course. My only thing is that, you know, that now Mason Mount, now that Cunha are back, I'm having... No, I want Sesko to start. I don't think you can keep a £70 million striker on the bench for too long. We're going to have to start trusting him. We're going to have to start playing Sesko from the beginning, guys, because you know what? That guy's going to become unconfident. His confidence is going to be drained, and it's going to be hard to regain that. We need to play him, and we need to be reliant. We need to trust him, and we need to believe in him. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people, even Nicky Butt, ex-Man United player, of course, talking about he's not this, he's not good enough, and da-da-da. We should have got Ollie Watkins. That's just the British tax. That's all it is. Let the plug guy play a few games for Man United first, then make your judgment. Okay, make your judgment then. Forest owner saw his opportunity to get his Greek counterpart. Absolutely. That is a good point, Kazi. Absolutely. Well, he's Australian, mate, isn't he? But he's got Greek ancestry, isn't he, at the end of the day? That could be a good point. Absolutely. Bad choice. I would have got Jose Mourinho. Sorry, but that's what I would have. I think that Postecoglou is a bad choice. You do not have a manager like Postecoglou at Nottingham Forest. Because, as we know, he's going to play high line with Nottingham Forest. And Nottingham Forest are going to be countered, mate. They're going to be the 8-0 business again like they were in 98, 99. Do you know what I mean? Sal, I agree. I agree we have to start Sesko. We have to start starting him because he's going to start becoming unhappy. He's going to start saying, what's going on here? I signed for Man United and you know what? I can't even get a game. What's going on? You know, and we need to start playing him. We need to start playing the best players, our new players from the start. Absolutely. I agree with that. Absolutely, guys. Yeah, you know what I mean? And let's hopefully he starts on the weekend, even though I'm a little bit skeptical. I'm a little bit doubtful in regards if he will do. I think my personal opinion, what my prediction is, I'm going to give my match prediction on Friday. Actually, I'm going to give it on Friday. I'm not going to give away anything right now. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Play the high line for life, mate. High line for my life. High line for life, mate. High line for life. Absolutely. That's what they are, to be honest with you. High line for life, mate. You know, and that's, I mean, the problem with obviously Postecoglou is that he doesn't have a backup plan. He's high life for life for life. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a backup plan, and this is what he does at the end of the day, guys. And I feel for Nottingham Forest. I really do. I feel for Nuno Santos. I think he's done an absolutely phenomenal job at Nottingham Forest. They're not going to get a manager like that again. Ronan, Forest shifting from a low block counter-attack to a high line is basically an equation of relegation. You don't sack Jose and then bring in Pep and manager. Absolutely, brother. There you go. You know it, Ronan. You know it like the back of your hand, my guy. You know it. You know that you cannot go from a low block, tactical kind of play, you know, winning games tactically to just playing a high line. You are not Real Madrid. You can't do that. And then, as you said, you can't go from Jose Mourinho to Pep Guardiola like that. It takes time. It's different if you're Man United, if you're Real Madrid, if you're Barcelona. That's a completely different story. But you can't go from there to there. You know, one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum. Look, let's just watch this unfold. We're going to see it, of course. Ephraim, Sal, some of our fans are the problem. Even they are seeing they do not want to admit. They are the problem. I know. And unfortunately, we have a disease at our football club where people are more obsessed with their own opinion rather than Man United winning things. They would rather be wrong than Man United win the league. This is how bad it is at the end of the day. You know, in regards to obviously Ruben Amorim, a lot of them have already made up their mind about Ruben Amorim. And I actually think that a lot of the things that these so-called Man United fans that are doubting Ruben Amorim, I actually think that a lot of them are jealous of Ruben Amorim. I think what Carragher said you know, about looks and things like that. I actually think some of our fan base are like that. You know what I mean? I actually feel like, you know, certain fan cams are, you know, other ones are doubting Ruben Amorim because, you know what, he probably gets more. Yeah. Anyway, I think Pep will quit. Do I think Pep will quit? I think if he loses to Man United and if he loses to Arsenal, I can see him quitting, Kazi. I can see him actually quitting. I can see him leaving at Christmas. I can see him leaving about Christmas. I think if he loses to Man United, then loses to Arsenal, which is very well, it's possible. I think anything can happen. I think anything can happen, Kazi. I do. I mean, the performances is better. They do not want to admit. The performances are better, and they don't want to admit. It's just like I said again, Ephraim. They don't want to admit because if they admit it, they're wrong. If they admit it, they admit they're wrong. That's what it is. They don't want to paint any positivity onto the manager. And it's exactly the same thing which happens with Eric Ten Hag. The same thing happened with Eric Ten Hag. They don't want to paint Eric Ten Hag. They don't want to paint Ruben Amorim with any element of positivity. And this is what they're doing. They just want to feed onto that negativity train, keep feeding onto that negativity train. That's what they want to do. And that's what they do, guys. You know, oh, he's a Portuguese fraud, bruv. He's a Portuguese fraud, bruv. Get out of my club, bruv. You know, I've seen a treble, bruv. I've seen a treble, bruv. Get out of my club, bruv. Now, you ain't seen no treble, mate. Not seen no treble, mate. You weren't there, mate. You weren't there. You weren't there. You were Tottenham, mate. Sporting Tottenham with your brother. Kamali. Golbridge, why'd you say that, Kamali? Why'd you say that? He's not. No, he's not a prat. Golbridge is not a prat. Don't say that. It's not nice. What is a prat about him? What is a prat about him? The biggest prats are the other guys. The other guys that he gave a platform to. They're the biggest prats. It's not about this, Kamali. Right? It's about this. Right? It's about this. It's about this. I'm going to be telling you this is for post. I'm the realist, guys. And I don't need to put real on my name. Okay? People dissing, cussing Mark Golbridge. Why? Why? He's always neutral with his opinions. He's not get that fraud out of my club, guy, is he? He's not talking about get that Ruben Amorim out of my club. He's not one of them, is he? No, so start looking at things logically and stop listening to those prats out there. And start listening to things logically. I've known him for 7 years. Right? And there's no problem with him, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely not. Big up Kamali, though. They scored that Man United will be back soon. Yeah, absolutely, Kazi. This is ultimately what it is, isn't it? It comes from an element of fear. That's where it's coming from. I believe that. I believe that as well, Kazi. I think it's coming from an element of fear that they're reassuring themselves that, well, you know, I hope it doesn't happen. I hope a lot of the opinions that these pundits make about Manchester United are not what they think, it's what they hope will happen. It's not what they think will happen, it's what they hope will happen. And that's what it is at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That's what it is, guys. Big up, Maguire. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing blessed, my friend. Absolutely good to see you. Stephen, good to see you, of course. Ephraim, Golbridge is the most sensible fan. He gave them a platform for many of them. He gave them all a platform. There would be nothing if it weren't for him. He's never helped me. He's never helped me. He's never gave me a platform, but I know him and he's a good guy. So let's stop that nonsense. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's not a Nottingham Forest fan, Ellen. Ellen, you're a Molde fan. See how we can do that? We can do that. You're a Steyerbeck fan. You know? You're a Rosenborg fan. You know, he's not. He's not making millions from our club. He's making money from YouTube. All right? So let's get out to this. Let's get off this hatred train for him because it shows a lack of intelligence. I'm sorry, but it does. Because if he's good with me, I'm intelligent. I know who's fake and who's not. I've done things myself. I was in the music industry 20 years. I've done things myself. I'm not coming on there, start calling Mark Golbridge this, Mark Golbridge that, because he's not that. Right? I'm not doing that. Point your finger at the other ones. If you've got the guts, point your finger at the other ones. At the other ones who are like, get him out of my club. Get that ball fraud out of my club. Get that Portuguese fraud out of my club. Those guys. Go for those guys. All right, he built a big platform. So what? Is it illegal to be successful these days? People are still happy to feed into Sky Sports and things like that, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Sesko rivals trolls. Absolutely. Hopefully Sesko starts, of course. Hopefully Ruben Amorim starts with Sesko versus City. He played well for his country. The other night. Yeah, Ransom Band side, all them, man. Absolutely, Daryl. Absolutely. Why are we not hearing about them, and why are we hearing about bloody Mark Goldbridge? Look, at the end of the day, look, I don't like speaking about people behind their backs, and I don't think we should. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, all I know is that I know who's real and I know who's fake. I know who's real and I know who's fake. He can post a picture, right, in a Man United jersey from 1990. Can they? Can they? Can they do it? Can anyone in this stream do it? I can. Can they post a picture? You got people posing as Man United fans who are not Man United fans. He can prove it. You know, there's a lot of people who can't prove it. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people who can't prove that. There's a lot of people who can't prove that they've been a Man United fan all their life and stuff like that. It's all words. You know? Daryl can. Yeah. Toxic fans, absolutely. And this is what we have to aim our energy. We have to aim our energy at the right things. Blaming him. This guy has nothing to do with Man United. The Glazers love it when we do that. They love it when we do that. They love it when we you know what, we go against each other and we take a piss out of United stand, or we take the piss out of whoever it is. They love that. You know what I mean? These full content creators actually think they're good keeping up managers till we start competing. Absolutely. Can't admit a logic and has fouled Sir Alex. Why can't they put the owners accountable? Because they lose their VIP passes. Just like the United View, Coco. They lose their VIP passes. They're the worst, Coco. They're worse than TUS. They're worse because they go in there. You got some lawyer presenter like Owen. Right? You know, that guy's blatantly not a fan. You know, it looks like bloody, what's it, Jimmy Carr. You know what I mean? And they're just taking a mick out of everyone and look at me with this platform. Guys, I'm no holds bars, man. I'm a proper United fan. If any one of them want to come on this channel, I'll school them, every single one of them. You know, every single one of them. You know, every single one of them are given a platform. And this is what we're saying. I don't like to get into this. I don't like to talk about this, but it's just is. Manager out fans, absolutely. Sal, did you learn psychology? You know how people want to say things. Sal, did you learn psychology? Just life experience, Ephraim, life experience. Every club has toxic fans. It's just the way the world works now. Yeah, every fan has toxic fans, but we got to stop aiming at non-toxic fans. And we got to stop calling things the right things. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. You know? Big up, Daryl. Absolutely. William, United fan, 35 years until I die, because United will never die. Big up, William. Big up, my friend. Absolutely. Proper fan, mate. Proper fan. Guys, what do the Glazers like? What do the Glazers like? What do they want? Right? I like people call out the Glazers. You know, I like the people who really, truly call out the Glazers. What do they want? They want a divided fan base, because it's divide and conquer, isn't it? They want a divided fan base. That's what they want. Ephraim, what I would say about them, and all due respect, okay? They will turn against the manager slyly, right? So they slyly dig into the narrative, right? Sorry, guys, I lost you. They were sliding and they were digging. That's what they do. And anyone who goes against them, they're no. And then when people go against them, they start crying. They start crying. That's what they do. They have their opinion. They don't change their opinion. Oh, but they will use this thing like, oh, everyone's entitled to an opinion. Oh, we're not entitled to an opinion. Yeah. You don't like people having an opinion. It's the other way around. You don't. I remember when KG was Eric Ten Hag in. I remember that. You know what I mean? They're clowns, mate. They're corporate bigots, mate. And I can't stand corporate bigots. At the end of the day, they won't turn against the Glazers because they're going to lose their VIP pass. And that's basically what it is. At least that man that we're talking about doesn't do that. I can't stand Will Beast and that mad guy. I can't stand all them Man United Twitter pages with fake profile pictures and things like that of other players and managers and things like that. Absolutely. United View is dead. United stand drop out, mate. I don't see any of these promoting Glazers or any of that. Absolutely not, Daryl. Exactly my point. Thank you very much. Why don't people call them out? Why are they always aiming at Mark? Why? Why do I? I mean, I don't like bullies. I don't. And I think I've been like this. I've been consistent with this for 7 years. You know what? I gave a lot of love to a lot of those people, a lot of those fan games and stuff like that. They're backstabbers, every single one of them. At the end of the day, listen, my channel will grow. My channel will grow. My channel will get bigger. My channel will get more subscribers, God willing, and we will grow together. And the way what's going to make it even more sweeter is the fact that we're going to do it by speaking the truth. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to overly sensationalize everything. We're not gonna like, be this manager, right? Get him out of my club. Get that fool out of my. We're not going to do any of that, guys. Absolutely not. Come on, we all flip flop. Not me, mate. Speak for yourself, Coco. Speak for yourself. Ronan, Ange's signings remind me of Glazer management moving from Jose and Ole's counter-attacking football to appointing Ten Hag and expecting him to produce miracles from day one. Omar and Walcott save us. Absolutely, Ronan. And this is what we're talking about. They will praise Glazers and Ineos and stuff like that, but they won't praise the work that Ruben Amorim is doing now. I want to see those content creators tomorrow go on their channel and start praising Ruben Amorim. The great work that Ruben Amorim has done. He's doing the same thing as he done at Sporting Lisbon. That's what I want to see. I want to see that. Because they get VRBO passes. You've seen them on TalkSport and Sky. This is what they want. They know what the narrative is. Why do you think Alice Talks Football goes on Sky? Because the narrative is on Sky, manager out. Ruben Amorim out. And they're all puppets. They're all puppets. They're not real. They're all puppets. They're all like, yeah, get him out. Yeah, get him out. Oh, by the way, Sky. Yeah, Sky. By the way, Sky used to text me, DM me in Twitter for transfer news, right? Okay? I got proof as well. They'd be like, oh, you know what? You can come on the channel, right? But what we want you to do, right? We want you to talk badly about Ruben Amorim. Talk badly about Ruben Amorim. And that's what they want to do. And that's what they do. They'll do anything to get that little bit of fame, right? And go against the manager and feed more into that narrative. Keep feeding into that narrative that is toxic. Big up, William, my friend. Big up, William. Love your channel. Thank you so much, my brother. Know you're a true fan. 108. You know your history. Love it. Thank you so much, William. Thank you, my friend. I'm just trying to. I'm a minority here, guys. I'm a minority, but it doesn't mean it's fiction. We're trying to speak the gospel here. That's what we're doing. This is not about purchased awards. I can go and purchase an award. I can go and get an SJA award if I want to. I can buy it. You know what I mean? I can get a call out for Mr. Fabrizio Romano if I wanted. If I could. You know, at the end of the day, we can all do that. But the fact of the matter is, guys, right, I'm going to spit the truth, and this is what I've always been like. You know what I mean? RJ, I'm happy City didn't get Amorim. I see massive potential with Amorim now. You're going to see a lot more. He hasn't even got to the level that we think he can get. He hasn't even got to that level yet. You know what I mean? Sal, some fans are negative. They do want is only any positivity. Absolutely. Clickbait my photos. You see them, Daryl? On their thumbnails. You see them all the time. You see them all the time. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Come on, you got to laugh, innit? You got to laugh at the end of the day, guys. But this is what we're talking about. We want to talk about real things on Chatterbox. One thing about Chatterbox, let me tell you guys about Chatterbox. We all, when I created Chatterbox, I wanted Chatterbox to be a word of the people. I wanted Chatterbox to be, no holds bars opinion, and that's what it should be. Obviously, we're not going to push the line. Obviously, no profanity and swearing and things like that and vulgar stuff and that. But we're going to call things as they are. As they are. Right? And that's what we're going to do. And that's how I will always be. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up, guys. Big up, Dale. Look, I'm always going to be like that, guys. I'm always going to be that. I don't care. I don't care. Guys, imagine a community like ours. Imagine a community like ours with 100,000 subscribers like ours. Imagine the power, guys. Oh my God. Come on, man. You actually took a picture like that. Come on, man. Come on. Absolutely. Guys, you should clip these. You know what you guys' duty is? You know what your guys' duty is? Clip all this. Clip all this. Put it on TikTok. Put it on YouTube. Say it, Sal Smack. Look, guys, trust me. Trust me. People are going to go mad. They're going to go mad. Trust me, mate. I'm not in for this, I real recognize. I recognize real. I do. Absolutely. Wait, should we do that, guys? Oh God, come on! And people fall for this. They fall for this, guys. My goodness me, they fall for this. They fall for this. They go for it, and they bow down to it, and they fall for it. Madness. Goodness me. To be honest, this channel feels like a family. Those other channels are really they're toxic, mate. I actually care about you guys. I actually see you guys as human beings. And I'll be the same face to face. I don't... Look, listen, the reason I made Stretford Post, right? The reason I made Stretford Post is basically because it gets me a chance to get to know you people. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Them, it's not. Trust me. They're not interested in you. Daryl. Big up, Daryl. Milton. Sal, any prediction for the England game tonight? 2-0 England, Milton. 2-0 England. I'm going for 2-0 England, guys. Don't forget to join me for that. Sal, William, that pointing rubbish, I know. It's patronizing, man. Lack of talent, man. They ain't got talent between them. I've got talent in this little finger than all of them put together, mate. Honest to God. They don't understand what talent is. You know what I mean? They think that, each one of them have been given a platform, but, you could do what you want with me. I don't really care. You know what I mean? I'm not lead gunner, but I'm definitely, I'm gonna speak the real truth, of course, guys. Absolutely. Ephraim, Sal, you're truly a good communicator. You are easy to communicate. Big up. Thank you so much, Ephraim. Humble. I'm just humble. I'm just a man from a little boy from Leytonstone, guys, in East London. That's all I am. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, that's why I'm subscribed to some United channels anymore. Toxic. I mean, look, guys, I don't mind people having an opinion, and I have my opinion, RJ. I have my opinion before the game. If I don't like the lineup, I'm going to say I don't like the lineup. But when that kickoff happens, when the whistle goes, I am supporting Ruben Amorim. I'm supporting the team, and I want them to win because I don't see the point. I think it's counterproductive to carry on toxicity. If you truly want your football club to win, the toxicity, needs to stop. No, you can't be toxic positivity. No. But you don't carry on with the over-the-top things and stuff like that. And people go and manager out already. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Ronin. There are two types of franchises: those that understand tactics, philosophies, management, and then how the club actually runs, and those who just react for likes. The latter are toxic ones. Absolutely. There's those of us who actually love this football club, Ronan. There's those of us who actually been there, seen it, done it. They've actually seen a manager like Alex Ferguson come through and actually seen him go from being on the verge of being sacked to become the greatest manager of all time. Some of us have actually seen it develop. Some of us have actually seen that. Some of us actually, and this is what we're talking about. They know that, like life, guys, let me tell you something about life in general. Peace, peace around the world, peace is not profitable. Peace is not profitable. And it's just like content creation. Positivity is not profitable. If I was like them, I would have quadrupled the amount of subscribers I have right now. But I don't care about that because I want to spit the truth. I want to spit the truth. That's what I want to do. I don't want to bring any more toxicity onto the football club, especially someone like Ruben Amorim. We're going to get another manager in. Let's get another manager. Let's get Glasner in. They want Glasner. He's the flavour of the month, right? Let's get Glasner in, and then they will turn against Glasner later on. 2-0 Serbia. Who said that? 2-0 Serbia. We'll do nicely. Milton, it's going to be 2-0 England, mate. Sorry to burst your bubble. We love this channel because you get real talk about our club. For me, Rans is the most toxic. They're all toxic. They're not Man United fans, LT. They're not. They're not Man United fans. They're not. I will tell you who's a Man United fan, and you're not going to like it. I'll tell you. The only one that I would say is a Man United fan is Goldbridge. At the end of the day, I'm looking at that. Yes, Said likes Man United. Said's a Man United fan. I would say that. Yeah, but he likes a toxic thing. But the others, don't believe it. Not on your bottom dollar. I don't like the England squad at the moment. Lots of injuries, isn't there, Daryl? It has been like that against, obviously, Senegal. But you know what? If England don't lose this game, Tuchel's going to be under pressure already. Tuchel's going to be under pressure. That's more games than Gareth Southgate lost in how many? How long? No, he's going to be under pressure. He needs to do better. Of course. Lee Gunner is a toxic. I'm glad he's not a United fan, but he's only funny because he supports Arsenal. Lee Gunner's someone pissed in his cornflakes, and that's all it is. He's not happy about life in general. And I would be nice to Lee Gunner because I'm worried about Lee Gunner. I'm worried about him. I think that he's actually, not happy in his life. I know that, look, what you have to understand is this, right? You have to understand the context of things, the way people talk, the way people try to pick up their lives. I'm a millionaire and this and that. This is how he talks, right? I earned 10 grand last month, blah, blah. This is how Lee Gunner talks, right? Think about what he's trying to say, guys. He's trying to be defensive. He's trying to be, a bit edgy and, trying to cover up something. There's a bit of insecurities there. So I won't be too bad to him because there is problems there, I think. Big Ozzy, thank you so much, brother. Always and forever. Absolutely. Reactive fans are the worst. Sometimes you just got to stop and think. Exactly. Why do you think I do my match reactions the night after? William, I do my match reactions the morning after the match. Even if it's a 3 p.m. kickoff in England, right? I do my match reactions the next day. I do not run, I do not rate, I do not go on because I know I'm going to be clipped and I don't want to look like a fool. Because I will be clipped and people will say, see, that's what you said, Sal. You said that because we get passionate about a football club and sometimes we say things we don't mean. But however, those people there, they love doing it. This is what they do. They enjoy the clicks and stuff like that, I don't like Muppeteers. I don't like him. He's a Glazer sympathizer, mate. Don't say that, RG. No, he's a Glazer sympathizer. He didn't like Qatar. He was going on and on about how Qatar are this, how Qatar are that. Absolutely not. Don't give me any of that nonsense. Absolutely, he's one of the worst. He's one of the worst. Absolute nonsense. He's being positive now because he wants Man United to succeed because he's all Ineos and he wants Ineos to be right. That's all it is. But anyway, forget that. We had a back and forth on Twitter a couple of times about Qatar and that. You know what I mean? That just silly yank. Sal, some of our fans thinking backing managers is lowering the standards. I think they won't. I mean, lowering the standards. I mean, not backing the managers is proven to not work, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's proven to not work. And that's what it is. If not backing managers proven not to work. We've been here before, haven't we? So, KRJ, no worries, man. No worries. I'm not telling you to think a certain way. I'm just telling you how I feel. Okay? You do your thing. You do your thing. But I'm going by what happened in the takeover process. When the takeover process was going on, they were slandering Qatar, saying that Sheikh Jassim Hamid didn't exist. And it's obviously he did. It's been proven now. Thank God that none of them have come out and said, I apologize for that. None of them have come out and said, I'm sorry for that. I apologize for that. None of them have done that. None of them. But guys, I will talk the truth. And anyone is welcome on this channel to try and defend themselves. Right? They won't come on here, though, because they know. Right? I've met every single one of them. Absolutely. Apart from a couple, I've met them all. I've met them all, and Ephraim, Sal, know what? Nowadays, people want to follow who talks nonsense. It's amazing. Guys, it's dumbing down. It's the dumbing down people. You know what I mean? Why would you want to listen to a guy whose hairline is all the way up here and wears a cap every day about Man United, about how he has no knowledge about Man United. And that's what I'm talking about. And I wear caps. I like the Mbuemo and Diallo link up on the right. Let's wait and see. I don't think the Diallo is defensively as good. The Sheikh will be back. Big up, William. Big up, my friend. Who else will we get if he goes that we need to stick with Amram 1,000%? Absolutely, we need to. But you know what? Without saying, Daryl, without saying that we are going to back this manager all the way to the end. We're going to back this manager all the way to the end. It goes without saying what we're going to do. We understand context. We understand context. We know what's going on at this football club. We know the problems at this football club, and we know that they can't be fixed overnight, especially with this manager, of course. Ahmad's work rate is good. Yeah, he's not a good right wing back though, in my opinion. UK Darren United for life. Big up UK Darren. I hope you're doing well, my brother. I hope you're good. Smash the likes, and guys, thank you so much. Let's build this channel, guys. Let's get this channel up. Can you imagine we had thousands of more subscribers, guys, this community? And I won't forget about the originals, guys. I'm not going to forget you originals. In Amram, we trust, Daryl. Absolutely. Right? This is what I mean. Balance. Balance. Right? I could talk about things that I deem negative in the fan base. I can talk about backing the manager. I can criticize. And people know I've been on this channel. I mean, over the last couple of games, when I've seen the lineup of Man United, I'm like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? You know what I mean? And I do give my criticism. As long as it's healthy, as long as it's constructive, I don't think there's any problem in that, in my opinion. Ronin, I really want to see Cunha, Xerxes, and Embuemo ball out. Once they start finding their rhythm, teams will crumble. And look, guys, I'm really excited about Embuemo. I am so excited about Embuemo. Embuemo is starting to get into Embuemo action, guys. This guy is an absolute diamond. Guys, I said at the beginning of the season, I think our player of the season might be Cunha or Embuemo. Cunha or Embuemo. You know? Darryl, not Xerxes, Sesko. I hope he plays. Yeah, I hope he plays. Definitely. But Cunha and Bremo, I can see them smashing it this season. I really can. I really can. I can see them smashing it. I'm so excited to see Bremo this season. I mean, if you just watch him and just he was recorded as one of the fastest players in the league. I think he was the fastest player in the league this week, over the last couple of weeks. And I look at him and I see danger every time. Bremo gets that ball, danger. Danger. And he reminds me of when we played him. Every time we used to play Brentford, I knew this. This is why I wanted Embuemo so much. I wanted Embuemo precisely because of this. You know what I mean? Big up, Darren. My friend. Sal, we will be back when we're rivals. We'll be in tears. Even some of our fans will be in tears. They'll have nothing to talk about. They'll have to talk positive. You know what I mean? Or start making funny videos and things like that. You know what I mean? Because they don't like talking positive and stuff like that. That's what they're going to have to do. William, and Bremo's a ball 100%. We ain't even seen his best yet. We ain't. You know, all those people are making fun. Don't worry, we've got receipts. We've got receipts. You know, all those people are making fun of Embuemo. All those people around are doing those, what is it? These AI edited videos of Embuemo with his belly and stuff like that. You see, guys, we've got the receipts. We're going to see it. Absolutely. He's fit, Daryl. He's fit. Whether you're a player or not is a different story. It's up to Ruben Amram. I do want to see Sesko up front. I do. But I just feel like Ruben Amram's going to control the game. I feel like he's going to do more of a Mason Mount thing, you know, a Mason Mount sort of control the midfield sort of thing. And he might leave Sesko out. I mean, I hope not, but you'll have to wait and see. I trust Ruben Amram, though. Whatever Ruben Amram picks, I trust him to get the result. We won there last season. We can do it with a better team now. We can do it now. We can do it again. Absolutely. Sal, Embuemo is unpredictable. He will be brilliant from us. I hope so, my friend. I hope so. It's very early days, of course. Let's wait and see what happens, but I believe in him 100%, guys. City's defense is dead right now. I agree with that, Darryl. 100%. I agree with that. It's dead. Absolutely dead. Guys, absolutely. Guys, I want to thank everyone. I know, guys. What I want to say, guys, is that I know it gets very, guys, it gets very intense on this channel. And I want it to be like that. And I don't want it to be insulting, but we will talk the truth always. I don't want it to be insulting, but I want it to be factual, right? I cannot say something unless I know something, you know, unless I analyze things and I know, I will back someone up when they need to be backed. I will criticize someone when they need to be criticized. That's the way I am, guys. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. I didn't just come into content creation and that's it. That's all I've done. I've been in the music industry 20 years. I'm self-made. I did myself. I done it myself. I'm a little one-bedroom flat, 5 of us, right? To working with platinum selling artists. I'm no mug at the end of the day. And what I would say is that, you know what? Support. What I would say is the most important things is that you speak the truth. And when it's time to be happy, when it's time to celebrate, when it's time to be positive, you be positive, guys. And that's what you do, guys, in my opinion. Guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to join me for the watch along later on between Serbia and England. I will be live around. What time will I be live, guys? 7:30. I will be live, guys. 7:30 UK time. I will be live, guys. Don't forget to join me with that. It should be an intense game. Looking forward to it, guys. Have a great evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox, and I shall see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tonight, guys, take it easy. Peace.